Arjun had everything people thought they wanted. A good job, a car, a home in the city. And yet, every night his mind refused to rest. He would lie in bed, scrolling endlessly through his phone, comparing his life to others. He wanted more success, more recognition, more speed. But peace? He had forgotten what peace felt like. One morning, after weeks of sleepless nights, Arjun snapped. At the office, he lost his temper over a tiny mistake. His voice echoed across the hall, shocking even himself. His manager looked at him silently and said, "You're not angry at others, Arjun. You're angry at yourself." Those words cut deeper than he expected. That evening, Arjun left the city. He packed only a small bag and drove without direction, through highways, hills, and silence, until his car finally stopped near a small mountain village. It was quiet there, the kind of quiet that made him uncomfortable at first. He checked into a tiny inn and decided to stay for a few days. He didn't know that those few days would change his life. On his second day, he met an old monk sitting under a banyan tree. The man had no phone, no shoes, no possessions, yet his face glowed with calm. Arjun asked bluntly, "How do you live without stress? Don't you want more?" The monk smiled. "When you stop wanting more, you start feeling enough." Those simple words silenced Arjun's racing thoughts. For days, Arjun visited the monk each morning. The old man didn't lecture or teach. He just sat quietly, observing nature. The wind rustling through the trees, birds landing softly on the grass, the river whispering nearby. Slowly, Arjun began to notice them too. The silence started to speak louder than words. One day, the monk asked Arjun to boil water over a fire. When it boiled, he poured a spoon of salt and said, "Taste it." Arjun winced. It was bitter. Then the monk took the same amount of salt and poured it into a wide river. "Now drink," Arjun did. The water tasted fresh. The monk said, "The bitterness of life is like salt. The amount never changes, only the size of your mind does. Be like the river." That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. But not from anxiety this time. He felt something shifting inside him. He sat by the window, watching the stars, and whispered, "Maybe peace isn't something you find. Maybe it's something you allow." The next morning, Arjun took his phone, opened his social media, and deleted it. He smiled. For the first time, it didn't feel like losing something. It felt like freedom. After a few weeks, Arjun returned to the city. Nothing around him had changed, but everything inside him had. He walked slower, spoke softer, and worked with focus instead of fear. His colleagues noticed the difference. He didn't react, he responded. He didn't compete, he contributed. Months later, when his company faced a crisis, everyone panicked. Except Arjun. He calmly gathered his team, spoke with clarity, and solved the problem step by step. Afterward, someone asked, "How are you always so calm?" Arjun smiled and said, "Because peace gives me power." Years passed. Arjun became a mentor to many, not because he was perfect, but because he was peaceful. He would often say, "Anger makes noise. Peace makes change." He had learned that true power wasn't in controlling others, it was in controlling himself. One evening, Arjun visited the old monk again. The banyan tree was still there, though the monk looked older, softer. Arjun bowed and said, "You taught me peace." The monk smiled. "No, Arjun, you taught yourself. I only reminded you who you were." The story ends with Arjun meditating beside the river, golden sunset glowing on the water. His eyes closed, his breath steady. The same river where the monk once said, "Be like the river." Now, he finally understood. Peace is not the absence of problems. It's the strength to stay calm within them.